Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at what gun is better, the DRH or the ASM10. Following the nerf of the broken HVK and the broken Akimbo Fennec, it seems as if these two guns have risen up and taken over the thrones of the two guns that were broken from last season, and they are basically the remnants of the 3-shot meta that was really prevalent, I think, a couple seasons back. But yeah, that's what's left of it, and honestly these guns are really broken right now, and everyone's sort of not quite sure which gun is better right now, the ASM10 or the DRH. Some people are like, oh, DRH is better, it has better time to kill, blah blah blah. Other people are like, oh, ASM10 is better. But basically in this video we're just going to be going over that. Basically what we're going to be doing is first of all, we're going to be taking a look at stats, and then we're going to be taking a look at the opinion of some pro players, and then after that we're just going to be having a look at my opinion, and then at the very end I will be letting you guys know which gun I think is the better gun. But yeah, just before we get into the video, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. Oh, actually, also thank you guys so much for 6,000 subscribers. In regards to the montage, it's probably going to be a 1 year of Psycho montage. It's still kind of close to like the Christmas holiday season right now, so probably not going to be posting it anytime soon, maybe in a bit more than a month, to be honest. We haven't even started recording gameplay for the montage yet, and yeah, so it might take a while, but it's obviously going to be a 1 year Cyclone thing. So I think we started in like, I don't know, February this year or something, so we'll try and get it before February, but we'll have to see. But yeah, without any further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright, so as you guys can see here are the stats of the ASM10. Now, all these stats are from Sagnox's channel, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe to him. Shout out to Sagnox. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But yeah, don't worry about ADS speed or anything like that. That's kind of just dependent on your loadout. But if we have a look at the rest of the stats, we can see that for the hitboxes, it's the head and the rest of the body. No separate damage decrease for the legs or the arms, which is what gives the ASM10 the advantage of the rest. So this is kind of a comparison to the DRH, since with the OTM mag it does less damage to like the legs and that type of stuff. The fire rate is 545 RPM. The damage at ranges, it's got 3-shot anywhere on the body till 18 meters, which is a 220 millisecond time to kill, which is very good. Obviously 220 seconds, that's just broken, especially for an AR. But basically it becomes a 4-shot after 18 meters all the way until 38 meters, and that would be a 330 millisecond time to kill. And yeah, for the rest of the kind of stats, it's kind of hard to say depending on which loadout you use. I'll be giving you guys my loadouts for both of the guns at the very end, and I can be honest, they're really good loadouts. So I don't know the specific stats for them, but they are definitely very good loadouts. And yeah, that's going to be the stats for the ASM10. Now, the following stats are for the DRH with the OTM mag, because obviously you have to use the OTM, otherwise it's just trash. But yeah, ignore ADS, sprint ADS, that type of stuff, because we can change between different loadouts. But over here we have a fire rate of 576 RPM. We got a 3-shot OTM time to kill, so that would be 208 milliseconds, which is actually faster than the ASM10. However, we are going to be taking a look at the OTM hitboxes later on, because that makes it a bit more complicated. The 4-shot OTM time to kill would be 312 milliseconds. So basically the 3-shot OTM range would be up to 17 meters, and that'd be around the chest and the upper. We're gonna have a look at what that kind of looks like later. But then after 17 meters, that would be a 4-shot. So it does have 1 meter less range than the ASM10, which in reality doesn't really matter too much. It's just 1 meter. So 3-shot range is basically identical between the two guns, and the rest of these stats are kind of just, you know, they can be interchanged between each other depending on the different loadouts. But yeah, what you guys are seeing on screen right now is basically the OTM sort of hitbox. So as you can see, above this sort of elbow region is the upper chest and upper body, plus the head is the 3-shot OTM range. So as you can see, it is pretty hard to always hit these upper shots. So I mean, you do get a better reward of a faster time to kill, but it isn't as consistent as reliable as the ASM10. Now moving on to the pro players' opinions. Starting off the bat, we already have an ASM10, another ASM10. Depends on the playstyle of the person and the map as well, but overall ASM10 is better in terms of damage, as it's a 3-shot. It would be ideal for someone who holds a position. The DRH is more of a viable gun for someone who plays an anchor position, changing spawns in a hardpoint or goes to spawn trap. DRH for sure. DRH again. Got another ASM10 and another ASM10. Alright, so out of the 7 pro players that I actually DM'd for this video, 5 of them said that they preferred the ASM10 and 2 of them said that they preferred the DRH. So it's not like the other video that we just did yesterday regarding the Locust and the DLQ, when every single one of them said the DLQ. In this one, we have a little bit more variation, so some of them saying the DRH and some of them saying the ASM10. Now, going back to the stats that we saw before, let's just give ourselves a hypothetical situation. If there were 2 players who were facing off and they were both at point blank range, and basically they were both already aimed in, and they started shooting at the exact same time. If the DRH player hit all of his shots in the upper body or the head, and the ASM10 just hit all of his shots, then theoretically the DRH winner, the DRH player would actually win that gunfight, just because it has a little bit of an advantage in terms of time to kill over the ASM10. However, this is not always the case, especially in the pro scene and also in legendary ranked. Basically, a lot of people these days, since the movement is really good in Call of Duty Mobile, people just do slide picking, jump picking, slide jump, drop shotting, all this type of stuff. And at the end of the day, it just sometimes becomes really hard to hit all your upper body shots. And for this reason, I'm gonna have to say that the ASM10 is the better gun, because the DRH is sort of less consistent. It's kind of more of a hit or miss gun. Don't get me wrong, even when you don't hit that upper body shot in 1 or 2 of your shots, it still has a pretty decent time to kill, which can outclass a lot of guns inside of the game. But I'd still have to give it to the ASM10. It just feels like it's just way more reliable, more consistent, just a better gun overall. Even if the time to kills in the best possible situations fall a little bit short of the DRH, I reckon that you won't always get those best possible situations. In this game, I just don't think it's really realistic to match them up like that. If we're talking about personal preference, I do kind of prefer the DRH a little bit more. I just kind of think the iron sight on the DRH looks a little bit better, and it's just a little bit more suited for me. However, I do still think that the ASM10 is the better gun overall. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video.